formation. It looks like Drew Shaw is out there. He initially was in, then came out, but Shaw is out there to replace Joel Nash. Evansville controlled the kickoff, but they lose it out of touch here on this near sideline as Evansville and Indiana meeting for the 31st time here tonight. Throwing it in on this near side, played up to Zavaleta, but it's displaced by him, and Evansville will just boot it down this near sideline. It'll be a throw in the defensive half of the field for IU. As maybe some early match jitters here for the Purple Aces. It seemed like a couple of strong touches off the get-go for Evansville.
Looks like Jarrett Robbins is man marking Zavaleta, and that's going to be a pretty interesting contest to watch.
Evansville gets it at the feet of Drew Shaw. He'll play it forward looking for Stallings, but Tommy Meyer stepped over and was able to boot it up the field to the center line. It gets cleared all the way over to Chris Estridge on that far side of the field. The left back for IU has it in the defensive half. We're a minute into this contest. No score between Evansville and Indiana. Glad you could join us here on a Wednesday night for Purple Aces men's soccer here on 91.5 FM WUEB. Tom Benson, Braden Pretch, and Dr. James McLeod providing you the commentary here tonight. Long ball sent up top for Zavaleta, headed away by Evansville. Now they'll send a long ball looking for Jesse Sharp as both teams just batting it back and forth. IU finally able to control in their defense. Caleb Konstanski will play it to his left back and Chris Estridge. He'll carry the center line, play it along the floor up top to Zavaleta. Midway in the attacking zone, plays it back to Bradford, tried to go up top looking for Kotlov. It's broken up momentarily by Evansville, but IU maintains possession. Now as they try to switch fields, Tad Kremmelmeyer able to steal it away. Jesse Sharp leaves the ball for Kremmelmeyer. It's just an unlucky bounce though, and it'll end up at the feet of the Hoosiers. Long ball sent up for Zavaleta. The offsides flag was up, although he was clearly onside as Hodges had headed it away. Evansville with it in their defensive third. Jarrett Robbins will play it to this near touch line, looking for Kevin Schaefer, the left back. He'll play it over the center line up to Kremmelmeyer, tried to give it back to Kevin. But again, just a little too far on that touch. It's out for a throw for the Hoosiers.
I think we have to try and retain possession a little bit better and not try to do it at the back all the time. I think teams have got wise to that. They're knocking it around a lot at the back and they're squeezing up on us. So I think the midfielders really need to try and take control of the ball at their feet a little bit. Retain possession to give these defenders a break, because if this Indiana team is allowed to stroke the ball around, there's a good chance that they'll eat us alive.
Indiana has it still in their defense as there's a long ball sent up to Nikita Kotlov, or actually that's Alec Purdy on that far side. He slipped though on this wet turf. Evansville momentarily had it, but the Hoosiers get it back up to Purdy. Chest trap down to one of the midfielders for IU. They get it back to Purdy. He'll one-touch it up to Zavaleta at the head of the attack. Now they'll swing it over to this near side, looking for Matt McCain coming out of the defense. There's a low ball in. There's a shot by Kotlov, and that one almost took off the umbrella of one of the hard aces behind the goal, as that was a quick and wicked strike from Kotlov from the top of the 18.
Yeah, quick turn, nice first touch on a wet night, and then just a pretty fierce shot, but comfortably wide of Tappan's left post.
41-41. Clock running down here in the first half. Still no score between Evansville and Indiana. Eric Teppan's first goal kick of the night comes at the center line, but it's headed back towards his defense by IU. The Aces will play it along the ground. The Teppan, he'll have to play it with his feet. Pops it up into the center circle. It's trapped down by Kremmelmeyer. Gives off to Luis Romero. On this near side touch line, Evansville has it right near the center line. Romero has it in the defensive half. He'll switch fields, looking to play a long ball into space on the far side of the field, but all he finds is Chris Estridge in the Indiana defense. As again, Evansville just not able to really connect on a lot of these passes here in the early going.
I was going to say, Coach Jacobs talked about how important possession would be in this game, and Evansville looks a little too strong on their first touch, just a little anxious.
Well, and you have to think how much of that is playing the number 10 team in front of a pretty good crowd here at home. There's probably a lot of adrenaline running through a lot of guys for the purple and white, as there's a long touch by Tommy Meyer sent up top on that far side, but it'll tail out for a throw.
Yeah, I mean, clearly this game is a bigger deal for us at this point in our development than it is for them. So, you'd expect a team, especially a team with a bunch of freshmen and sophomores starting out there, to be a little bit nervous, a little bit edgy. And so I think if we've almost through the first 5 minutes here, kill off the first 5 minutes, take a big deep breath, realize these guys are just the same as you, and now start moving forward as we are here.
Henkel plays it to the top of the 18 for Jesse Sharp. Plays it back to Luis Romero. Short pass back to Sharp. He'll give it off to Aaron Henkel, coming towards center. He'll have to reverse fields as they play it all the way back to Jarrett Robbins right near the center line. He tried to play it up to Kremmelmeyer, but the Crimson and Cream collapsed quickly, and they're able to steal it away. We have 39:50 to go here in the first half. Still no score between Evansville and IU. Hoosiers try to give it up to Zavaleta, but Jarrett Robbins, who has been man-marking him all night, another good job of stealing it away.
Yeah, he was right in his back pocket there, and he never had a chance to do anything. First touch, and Jarrett picked his pocket.
Obviously, Zavaleta and Alec Purdy are the two guys who really kickstart this IU attack. Zavaleta with 8 goals, Purdy with 7, as they have over half of IU's 28 goals on the season. Teams just battling for possession back and forth. Another long ball sent up for Zavaleta as the lone wolf, but Robbins able to steal it away as the Aces play right near midfield with it. On the line, Luis Romero has it. He'll play it back to Patrick Hodges. As Evansville starting to gain some possession here, but they just seem to be stymied going forward every time by this IU defense.
I want to say, Dr. McLeod talked about it. When you look about the keys of an upset, you want to look at just building momentum slowly. And you see Evansville starting to say, hey, you know what? We can hang with this team. And eventually, 5 minutes in the game turns to 10 minutes. It's still 0-0 or really wet conditions out here. And eventually, all those factors start coming in. And then you go, hey, we can beat these guys.
Yeah, I think so much of sports is in your head, and it's hard not to read the name on their shirts when you first go out there. But once you get going and get a little bit of a blow, you completely forget what's written on their shirt, and you're just watching the ball. So, I would like to think that this team will grow a little bit here tonight, and win, lose, or draw, I think they will. One way or another, they will grow tonight. I've also noticed that I think we're made a determined effort to be physical with this team. Zavaleta's getting hit a little bit every time he's near the ball, and I think we need to do that just to remind them that this is and the ref called that one. That was a little bit that could have gone either way.
Yeah, Jesse Sharp left his feet on that far touchline, tried to tackle it away from the IU defender in a clear 50-50 ball, but Sharp is called for the infraction. IU has it in the back of their defense. They're halfway in their attack, or in their defensive zone. Now they'll switch fields up to this near side of the attack, and A.J. Corrado. Corrado able to sidestep Jarrett Robbins, but can't get around Kevin Schaefer as he picks his pocket. Played it up to Kremmelmeyer. He tried to touch it to Romero. Can't get a clear touch, though. Bodies flying everywhere right now, but IU finally able to track it down. Kotloff taken to the ground, tried to play it up to Purdy. He just pushes Jarrett Robbins in the back, no foul. Now Romero chops him down. I guess we're going to have no blood, no foul here tonight, as there's going to be a throw for IU about 30 yards off the end line on this near side.
There's a ball on the field up here, and no one is paying attention. Oh, there, finally, fourth ref's going to get it.
Fourth official finds it. Mike Jacob is unhappy. I guess you could say he's calling it both ways because he's not calling it at all.
I would say that we were being a little bit more physical than they were there, and they'll adjust. They're a team that's used to playing in a physical environment, so it could be an interesting night.
Carell Bradford, a low shot near side post. He's gobbled up by Tepin, though.
And obviously, almost goes without saying, the other thing that we need to do if we're going to get a result tonight is there can't be any mistakes. There can't be a shot that squeaks past you that shouldn't. There can't be a bad mismarking job. There can't be giveaways in dangerous positions. So everybody just has to focus on, the next 5 minutes. I'm not going to make any mistakes. And you just keep playing that all night. Everybody does it, and, you can grind out a result. 9
minutes into this one, Indiana with a giveaway as Kotloff tried to play it up top, but no one was there except Eric Tepin of Evansville. He'll throw it out to the weak side and Henkel. Still no score between Evansville and IU, as Evansville now returns the favor. They play a ball into absolutely no one but the ball boy over on that far side for a throw-in for IU. They have it in their defensive half. They're coming square across the top of the 18 with it. Caleb Konstanski will play it here to his right back, and Matt McCain. He has some time, space, cuts it inside. Now he'll switch fields back to that left center back in Tommy Meyer. IU being very cautious.
Methodical.
Methodical was actually the word I was looking for. Thank you for that. As there's a long ball up top. Tepin comes out. He toes the line, gets pushed out by Purdy. Purdy said, hey, that should be a handball, but referee will give him that as Purdy was on his back as it's thrown out to the opposite side. Hinkle plays it over the center line for Sharp. He's pushed off the ball. It goes out into touch for a throw for the Hoosiers. As we have about 10 minutes gone by here in the first half. Still no score. Evansville and IU really just kind of feeling each other out right now. Seems like a heavyweight fight where absolutely no one's, as there's an offsides on the far side, no one's ready quite yet to take that first killer blow. Just a lot of jabbing back and forth.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, really no penetration to speak of from IU yet. They're just having their two star strikers just, prodding and pressing, seeing what our back line's made of. And the midfielder's probably assessing the situation. So feel pretty good if you're UE at the moment. Really no scares so far, and just beginning to assert themselves a little bit. Peter May winning a couple of balls in the air there, and he really needs to do that.
Yeah, Peter inserted into the starting lineup tonight. He has not been starting for a while. In fact, he has not really seen much action of late for Evansville, as they're still trying to find the right collection in that midfield, as another offside called against Zavaleta of IU.
Something that's really interesting to me, we talked about it. Jared Robbins is man-marking Zavaleta the whole game, but he has done a fantastic job of working with the defense still to force him into a couple offsides traps. I mean, his ability to split his mind like that to say, I got to man-mark this guy, but I also have to work with the rest of my defenders. I mean, a phenomenal job by Jared here through the first 12 minutes of this game.
I'd agree with that. It's a hard thing to do if you're not used to it, and I haven't seen him doing that man-marking job up to this point, so we'll see how that goes.
Robbins sends it up to the top edge of the 18. Bodies climb all over each other, and no foul called. Finally, Evansville is able to control it in the midfield with Drew Shaw right on this near side of the circle. He'll play it to his defense and Jarrett Robbins. A short pass, about 10 yards, cat corner to him. He goes to Peter May. Now he'll loop one up top into the front of the attack. But again, Evansville, some miscommunication. There was no run being made by a striker there, as it just falls harmlessly to Chris Estridge in the IU defense. They play it up to Harrison Petts. Now they go up to Zavaleta. Zavaleta was offsides as the flag is up once again. And it'll be the third offsides of the evening called against IU. You can see why Zavaleta has 8 goals. He is really walking the line, trying to push forward. He's pleading his case to the center official, which any striker who ever is called offsides always claims that they were at least 5 feet on.
Yeah, and he could care less, Eric, because he just needs to be onside one time.
Yeah.
He doesn't care if he's offside 10 times. If he's onside one time, he's probably going to put it in the back of the net. So it's going to be a nerve-wracking night for all of us, I think, watching Eric just walking that line. You can see even now he's just, probably his shoulder is offside right now, but his feet are onside. So he's a pretty capable kid.
32-10 to go here in the first half. 0-0 our score between Evansville and Indiana. Hoosiers with possession right near the center line. They'll play it up top looking for Alec Purdy, but it just finds Patrick Hodges in the Evansville defense. He tried to play it forward, broken up by IU. Here come the Hoosiers. Long ball up to Kotlev. He's on sides, kicked away by Schaefer. It comes down to Purdy. His shot is blocked, and Evansville just trying to clear it up the field, but IU pinches in with Harrison Petts. Plays it along the floor to one of his teammates. That's Zavaleta. He jabs it forward, thinking that someone was going to make a run towards the heart of these 6, but no one's there but Eric Teppen. As IU starting to flex its muscle on the attack a little bit more here as things go on.
And that all of that coming from a kind of weak layoff by Jesse Sharp, giving the ball away in the attacking half of the field for the Aces. So you just have to guard against that. If you have possession and a pass isn't on, make the pass that's available. Don't give away possession to this very fast and very effective Hoosiers team.
Indiana with a giveaway. Now Kevin Schaefer tries to hit the home run ball, but he'll just boot it to Michael Soderlund. Again, Soderlund making his first start ever for Indiana. Hasn't really been tested up to this point. Has just touched the ball about 3 times here tonight as we play now in the 15th minute. Still no score between Evansville and IU. Nikita Kotlov right outside the center circle. Plays it to his left for Alec Purdy. Stolen deftly by Aaron Hinkle, though, of Evansville. We'll take some time. Now try to switch fields to this near side to Chad Kremmelmeyer, but the banana hook tails away, and it'll go out for a throw-in right at the center line for the Hoosiers.
That's a pity, because I think that was a good idea. There wasn't much going on in right or center, and Kremmelmeyer had a bit of space, but a good idea, just not executed quite to perfection.
Indiana with it on the north side of the circle. Harrison Petts in the circle. A booming ball up top looking for A.J. Corrado. But that ball will skid right to Eric Teppen. The dangerous thing is that time Evansville tried the offsides trap, but it didn't work as Corrado was onside when that ball was struck. Like you said before, all it takes is one time to be onside, and all of a sudden Indiana could be up 1-0 very easily. As the Hoosiers have it, Teppen played it all the way to his counterpart Soderlin. He'll play it up. Now, this time Purdy is offsides by about 10 yards. There's no complaint there from either side, as that is the fourth offsides call of the evening against the Hoosiers.
I'd really like to see us just get into their box and put a little bit of pressure on the keeper. You know, he's standing around there, barely touched the ball, as you said. And, you know, he's probably got tons of butterflies as well. You know, it's a big deal for this kid from Idaho to be making his debut for the number 10 team in the country tonight. And it'd be nice to give him something else to have butterflies about.
Jarrett Robbins trying to walk it up this near touch line, but as he plays it up top, Nikita Kotloff sticks his nose in and steals it away for IU, and they'll send it to the back. Tommy Meyer will just possess it. He'll go square across the back over to Caleb Konstanski. Konstanski will now come up over the center line with the ball at his feet. Plays a left-footed ball into the middle of the attack for Harrison Pett. Slides around his fellow number 7, Luis Romero. Now plays it back to Chris Estridge. Estridge, about 25 into the attacking zone. Coming towards the middle of the field, hands off to A.J. Corrado. It looks like a three-man weave over on the far side of the field. Is IU really not looking to attack right now? They'll play it back into the center circle for Tommy Meyer. 28.5 minutes to go. Still no score here in this first half between Evansville and Indiana. A dangerous ball sent up by Meyer, but Zavaleta just let it go as it went between him and Jarrett Robbins and right to Eric Teppen.
And I think that was a sign of good communication there. I'm assuming Teppen called and the Aces defenders just let it go through and went through on the ground to Teppen with no problems.
At least I hope that was good communication. As there's a ball struck forward by Jarrett Robbins, but it'll go out for a goal kick as that ball skidded on this wet turf as no one was able to get to it.
I'd like to see Evansville try to use their midfield a little bit more. It seems like they're just trying to immediately boot the ball up from the back up to the forwards and haven't connected on one pass so far here today.
Tommy Meyer will do that for Indiana, but he's not able to corral it as the long game of kickball between these two sides continues. Again, it feels like neither team is really fully into this contest yet, as Evansville has not been able to control it much, and IU just almost seems like it's a day on the training pitch right now. See if things spark here. Tad Kremmelmeyer with it. Down this near side touchline, tried to play a ball up looking for Ryan Stallings. It's booted back by IU. Evansville corrals it. They have to go all the way back to their defense, and Patrick Hodges. He'll leave it on an overlapping run for Aaron Henkel, but with the wet turf, it'll skid out near that far side 18, and it'll go for a throw for the Hoosiers.
I would have liked Tad to make a little bit more of a run there. It seems like maybe he had one or two more steps in front of him and tried to force that pass, and he could have gone way outside and got a ball at least crossed into the box.
Well, again, the one thing you have to remember, and we talked about it on Saturday, is, you know, some guys may be pressing a little too much right now. I mean, we've seen it in the results for Evansville as they have gone scoreless over the last 3 matches, and they have not scored in over 350 minutes of soccer action. So guys just starting to press up top. IU trying to build up top. Kotloff tried to slide it up to Zavaleta, but it's too far for him, and it goes right to Eric Teppen.
But again, at the other end, you got to like the fact that they haven't really created anything meaningful at all in our box. So good performance by the back four, and the midfield are working hard to defend as well. And I mean, most attacking threats are built from a solid back line. So if we can just keep it tight at the back, maybe retain possession, as we've said already, a little bit better, I think we can start making even more of a game of this.
Evansville has possession as it gets pushed all the way back to Eric Teppen, 25-48. Clock running down here in the first half. Still no score between Evansville and Indiana. Evansville trying to build on that far side. May try to one-touch pass over to Henkel right at the center line, but it was behind him, and it'll be another throw for the Hoosiers. IU with it. Streaking down that far side is Alec Purdy. Purdy being man-marked by Aaron Henkel. Henkel will take it off of his feet and tried to play it back up that far sideline, but it's out for another throw for IU. They have it about 20 yards into the attacking zone. Harrison Petz with it at his feet. Goes right into the heart of the attack for Nikita Kotleff. Thought about teeing it up. Now we'll tee it up. And the shot is up, and it is good over the crossbar. As Kotleff, a blast from about 35 yards out. And the only sport that would have been good in is, well, I guess you could say Australian rules football. That would have been a good kick, but not really anything else.
He was really thinking of that from the moment he got the ball.
He was. His first touch, I thought he was going to tee it up. As Tepin, long goal kick comes down in the center circle. Won by Kotleff. Kotleff just plays it off the face of Patrick Hodges, bounces right to Eric Tepin. As Kotleff's been a guy we've had to talk about a lot. He's had a lot of possession, but he's been very aggressive, almost too aggressive right now for the IU attack.
The other dynamic here of the team with a reputation against the team with no name is that the longer the game goes, the more the little guys grow, and the more pressure gets heaped on the team that's expected to win. So, I think time is on our side here. That the longer this game goes, we might see the white shirts of Indiana beginning to press a little bit. Maybe some of these guys themselves trying to do too much on their own. So it'll be an interesting dynamic for us to keep an eye on.
Well, the 21st minute quickly becomes the 22nd minute here on this near side of the field, as both teams just playing in very little open space. Now IU has possession in the center circle. Harrison Petz with it, cuts across the field, up top, looking for Zavaleta. He was on sides, but the ball is too far for him, and it'll go right to Eric Tepin, standing about 15 yards off of his goal mouth.
That was good goalkeeping, good high goalkeeping. He's sort of almost playing like a sweeper back there, and just really negates that sort of straight ball through the middle as an attacking option.
Now we have a whistle and a foul called against IU. I don't know if Zavaleta was offsides. The flag was up on this near side like he was, but I don't know if when the ball was struck he was in an offsides position and then he was the first to play it, or not quite sure, but it'll be Evansville's ball as they will have it in the back. 23 minutes to go in this scoreless first half between Evansville and the 10th-ranked Hoosiers of IU. Long ball sent up that far side looking for Ryan Stallings. Gets headed back to Peter May. He'll trap down, give it back to Patrick Hodges. 10 yards from the center line, plays it to the right, and Aaron Hinkle. He'll cut back towards center, slide it along the floor for Drew Shaw. Shaw will go back to his Harrison High School teammate, Patrick Hodges, as Evansville now being methodical at the back here as they're just passing it around the back. And now finally a ball sent up top looking for Kremmelmeyer. He'll slide it to his right for Shaw. He's taken down as he started his run. It'll be a free kick for Evansville about 5 yards into the attacking zone on the far side of the circle.
That was nice. Shaw has had a tendency so far tonight to go laterally or backwards, and there he suddenly shifted direction. I think caught his opponent off guard and won a foul, and now everything's in front of Tad Kremmelmeyer.
Kremmelmeyer will take a blast from 45.
Off the scoreboard.
Off the scoreboard and good.
And we're tied at 3.
Yes. Yes, we've had 2 blasts over the bar. I liked how Evansville went quick there, but not sure you're going to beat Soderland from 45, even with a mass of people in front of him.
I still think, like Dr. McLeod said, I think Evansville's got to start getting some chances on this guy. If he's just sitting back there, it's a rainy night, he's getting cold, both literally and figuratively. Force him to make a play.
Indiana has it. Here's Harrison Petz running out of the midfield down that left side. Tried to connect with Purdy, but Aaron Henkel steps up. Great defensive play on that far side. Just pops it into the air down that touch line for Ryan Stallings. Still in the defensive half. Evansville with some passes together. Drew Shaw, a nice ball over to this near side to switch fields to Kevin Schaefer. Schaefer in the attacking zone. Goes back to the heart of the midfield for Kremmelmeyer. Nikita Kotleff, though, leaves his feet. Slides it away for IU. Kotleff right in front of the team bench. Plays it up this touchline looking for Zavaleta. He bodies Jared Robbins off the ball. Now Robbins steps back. He is taken down. Still no call. Referee says play on. We have some pushing and some shoving. And Zavaleta is going to be the guy who gets called for it. And I think he could have gone either way right there. Zavaleta actually the first person to be called as he pushed first, and then Kremlmeyer came in with the two-handed shove.
I wonder if they've seen from tape that he's got a little bit of a temperament issue. I mean, a freshman, he hasn't been out there much, and because they've been really niggling at him, I feel, all night. I would be frustrated if I was him because he hasn't had many fouls called in his favor, so watch this space.
Henkel into the right corner, sends service across. Kremlmeyer got a head on, comes out to this weak side of the 18, though. As Evansville really its first chance inside the 18 here tonight. Long ball sent up by IU, headed back by Jarrett Robbins, up to Jesse Sharp. He'll swing it to this left side touchline for Kevin Schaefer. Cuts it in, now cuts it up, looking for Ryan Stallings, but it's played out by IU. They try to go to Zavaleta, but Robbins wins it away. Tries to go forward, but Carell Bradford has it for the Hoosiers. Now the ball pinning around right near the center line. 19:45 to go here in this first half. No score as now Luis Romero is chopped down by A.J. Carrata. And we have our first booking of the night as Carrata, a yellow card, and the fans here at Black Beauty have something to cheer about.
Yeah, and like I said earlier, I think we're beginning to see just a little bit the Aces beginning to believe in themselves a bit more, and subsequently the Hoosiers beginning to get a little bit stroppy. They probably walked in here thinking they'd be up by this point. They're not. They know that they're in a physical game, and they're beginning to react a bit.
Another short free kick taken by Evansville. Kremlmeyer a blast into the mix. It's just bodied away over to that far side by IU. Jarrett Robbins will pinch in, plays it back to Luis Romero. He'll go back to Aaron Henkel. He has his own farm territory on that backside of the defense. Now he'll swing it near side to Kevin Schaefer. He'll play it up to the left edge of the 18 for Kremlmeyer. One touch back to Shaw. Now he'll go back to this left edge for Jesse Sharp. He'll spin his body around, survey the field. Thought about going down the touchline, sends a ball into the mix. Kicked out of there by the Hoosiers, though, as it'll come back to Patrick Hodges on this near side touchline right at the center line for Evansville.
Great passage of play by the Purple Aces.
Long ball sent up looking for Stallings. Stallings was offsides, though, as Evansville will be called for its first offsides with 18:45 to go here in the first half. Still no score between Evansville and IU.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
I was going to say, that was just a nice sequence of play there by Evansville. Those last 90 seconds, they did a great job, forced a couple opportunities there. I love Tad's play into the box that time, a low, hard strike. That's something that is very dangerous in these wet conditions.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
A couple of reserves getting set to come on for both sides. The free kick won away by Evansville. They have it in the attacking zone. Kremlmeyer right around Harrison Pett. Slides the ball towards Jesse Sharp, but Matt McCain able to leave his feet. And for IU, a good thing that he did because he kept that away from being 1v1 with Sharp and the keeper. It's played back into the Evansville defense. The Ace is able to maintain possession. Patrick Hodges will play it back to Eric Teppen, and he'll reset as the rain resets here at Black Beauty Field.
And really, you have to feel that it's probably Coach Yeagley that's thinking more about what changes he's going to make here, what adjustments he's going to make, because the Aces have really come more into this game, and a couple of these little through balls are really asking questions of this veteran Hoosiers defense.
IU has it as a long ball was played up top by Robbins, but carried right to the keeper Soderlund. Konstanski tries to hit the home run ball up to Zavaleta. Robbins gets a body on, though. Now they get it up to Zavaleta. He tried a one-touch back to Purdy, broken up by Evansville, but it comes back to the feet of the IU striker. They'll swing it all the way over to the far side of the attack, and Nikita Kotlov, a dangerous left-footed strike from that side, comes into the six, kicked away by Robbins. Now Evansville trying to build in the midfield. Luis Romero had it, lost it. Ball still loose, and we're going to have a slide and a dangerous play called against Luis Romero as some extracurriculars go on between the two sides. And now a quick restart by IU. They go up to Zavaleta, backheeled to one of his teammates, onto Zavaleta, a shot off the side of the netting, but Zavaleta was offsides. He's calling for the corner, but he doesn't quite realize that he was in the offsides position. As Teppen was off his line, Evansville's very fortunate right there.
Yeah, a couple of nice little bits of vision there by the Indiana team. Quick free kick, nice little flick in the edge of the box, and he was well offside, I think, when he got the ball and couldn't even score from there where he was. But just a good reminder to the Aces defense that it's going to take 90 minutes at least 90 minutes of grind and effort and concentration here tonight if we're going to pull a result out.
Giveaway right at midfield. IU coming forward with it. Estridge has it on the far side out of the defense for the first time here tonight. He'll chip it back over to the far side where a ball is played into the 18 looking for Purdy. Hodges gets there first. Now he slides it away up that far touchline. Estridge pinches in off that far edge of the 18 as the rain coming down harder here at Black Beauty. They get it into the middle of the attack for Kotloff. Tried to hand it off to one of his teammates. Broken up, though, by Evansville. And Peter May picks his pocket.
Nice play. Just good, solid, concentrating defense there by the midfielders who were all back and in the right position. And I'm glad to see Peter May making a good contribution there. I think Peter has found it a little bit hard to find the pace of the game here tonight, and not entirely surprised to see him being one of the guys substituted alongside Romero. And I guess Joel Nash and
Nick Schrader are coming on for Evansville. Zavaleta will come out. They'll put in Patrick Duty and Jamie Vollmer in the attack for the Hoosiers. On this near side of the 18, they'll play it off to Harrison Petts. Right off the far edge of the 18, slides it back to Patrick Duty. Duty tees it up with the yellow boots. Up top, there's just a body over to this near side. Harrison Petts in the 18, a strike that's kicked away by Jarrett Robbins, and it'll just eventually tail out over that near side end line for a corner kick for the Hoosiers.
And, again, here's a moment where you really have to concentrate. When you get rid of their big-name striker and you think, okay, we can relax now, they're going to bring on guys who are in many ways just as good. So we have to maintain our concentration at the back.
Harrison Petts is a low strike across the heart of the 18. Kotloff got it off of his forehead, but it carries out far side bar for a goal kick for Evansville. 14-14 remaining here in this scoreless first half. And obviously, this is about the point in the match on Saturday where Evansville did have that breakdown against Butler. It goes without saying, Evansville can't afford to have that here tonight.
Absolutely, yeah. I think you maintain your concentration the first 10 minutes of a game. The last 10 minutes before halftime really important too, especially when there's at least a perceived disparity in talent between these two teams. It doesn't look like it tonight, but you have to imagine that pound for pound the Hoosiers are better players than ours for the most part. And so we have to play above ourselves. Here's another offside, giving the Aces a break. Living a little bit dangerously, but great discipline, as Braden said, just working really hard together to get that offside trap functioning well. I'll also be intrigued to see how Joel Nash fits in here in midfield. There's a guy whose ability to pass the ball quickly and sometimes open up defenses. You think of how well he played against Drake in these conditions. Be great to see him put in a performance like that for the next 20 minutes or so, ending this half and beginning the second half.
Long ball into the box by Eric Teppen off the restart. Nick Schrader able to apply some pressure. He wins a throw deep in the attacking zone for the Purple Aces on that far side. Aaron Henkel decides not to take the real estate. Instead, will take a deep throw in, and Schrader is called for a dangerous play as he had the high boot going for that free ball. 12:40 to go here in the first half. No score between Evansville and Indiana.
Schrader's just asks a different set of questions of their defenders. Much bigger, more physical guy than Stallings or Jesse Sharp. I imagine Sharp has dropped back into midfield here, and he will ask some pretty telling questions, I think.
Indiana, dangerous ball. Jarrett Robbins, who has been everywhere, just able to heel that one away. But IU pinches in on that far side. Estridge, a left-footed strike up top looking for Kotloff. Who else but Jarrett Robbins rises up, gets a head on, and plays it out. So it'll be a deep throw now for Indiana's. Looks like Jamie Vollmer is going to go over, and he will wipe off the ball. The one thing that'll be interesting, a lot of teams like to have these long throw specialists. Well, a long throw with a wet soccer ball is probably one of the hardest things to try to control. So we'll see if he'll be able to do it here. Vollmer on the run, a long throw, great throw right off that far side of the 6, comes out to Correll Bradford. He'll play it back to one of his defenders. It's broken up, though, by Evansville as they tried to slide it forward. Matt McCain there, able to keep it back in for IU as he'll swing it up to Duty on this near side. Now, Tad Kremmelmeyer applies some pressure as he played it back to McCain. McCain tried to play it up this near side touchline. It's out for a throw for IU with 11:15 to go here in this scoreless first half. Evansville wins the throw, but Kotloff steps in, steals it away, plays it up
He's a terrific player, Kotloff. He's just everywhere.
Plays it up to Bradford, tried to go to the head of the attack. It gets bounced back to him. A couple Purple Aces slide, leave their feet. Shot taken by Petz, knocked down, though, by Schaefer. IU still in control. They'll swing it over to this near side for Patrick Duty. Duty, a left-footed strike across. Good service, just above his teammate's forehead, though. And Evansville pushes out with the defense. They go up to Ryan Stallings on that far side. Able to sidestep a defender. Gains the attacking zone. Now tries to switch fields. Can't get anything on it, though. And it comes off the forehead of Matt McCain of IU.
That was a pity because it's showing great confidence there, the freshman, to use that little bit of trickery on the right, beat his man. He probably could have gone a little bit further, as you said, Braden, earlier about Tad Kremmelmeyer. Another few steps before playing that ball, and maybe things could have been different.
Kremmelmeyer, left-footed ball across the top of the 18, but that's only where IU's defense is. They'll play it up, but Drew Shaw heads it down to Kevin Schaefer on this near side touchline. They go up to Schrader. Ball careens back to Shaw, though, out here near the center line. IU trying to keep it in, cannot, as it'll be a throw-in for Evansville, just to the left of the IU dugout. Thrown in quickly by Schaefer, looking for Kremmelmeyer, but the Hoosiers are able to break it up. Tad has one of the Hoosiers in a full Nelson. No foul called there as IU coming forward. Harrison Petz chopped down by Joel Nash. And it'll be a restart right in the circle for the Hoosiers with 9.5 minutes to go here before recess. And still no score between Evansville and IU. Corell Bradford to this near side to Patrick Duty. Gets knocked off his feet, though, by Evansville as Schaefer starting to assert himself in the defense for the Purple Aces.
Really pleased with how physical we've been here tonight, guys. I feel like, if you had to guess which of these teams was a Big Ten power, you might not know which one was which because we haven't allowed these guys to out physical us at all. And in fact, it's almost been the opposite.
There's a dangerous ball sent up to Alec Purdy on this near side. Sidesteps around two Purple Aces defender, gains some space, plays it over to Jamie Vollmer. He can't tee it up as he'll go to Duty, and now they'll swing it back into Harrison Petz in the middle of the attacking zone. They'll pull the foot off the accelerator a little bit, will the Hoosiers. Purdy plays it to Vollmer, tried to leave it on an overlapping run for Chris Estridge, but he finds the foot of Aaron Henkel. Now Ryan Stallings steps around a defender, now sidesteps around another, and he'll play it back to Aaron Henkel as the Aces will take their time as they try to build out of the defense. Near giveaway by Evansville. Finally, Eric Teppin steps up, and he'll just clear it over that sideline. 3 very soft touches in the back for Evansville, and that nearly cost the Purple Aces a goal.
We have done that consistently this season. There's been a moment in just about every game when the back line has played a bunch of passes way too soft and put ourselves under completely unnecessary self-created pressure. And if I'm their coach, if I'm Coach Mike, that has given me extremely high blood pressure.
Chris Estridge pops one over the mix from about 35, and it'll go out over this near side for a goal kick. Evansville will go to its reserve side once again. Charlie Macias will come on, replacing Tad Kremmelmeyer. Macias is a guy who usually we see right at the start of the second half, but Mike Jacobs trying to get a little fire started here before the half.
I was going to say earlier, maybe about 10 minutes ago, I wonder if they're going to send on Charlie, because I could really see his pace on that left side causing a bit of trouble. So let's see what happens.
Goal kick by Teppin, bounces in the circle. A couple players bounces well away from the ball, and there's going to be a whistle and a foul called against Jesse Sharp as we go under 7 minutes and 15 seconds to go here in this first half. Still no score between Evansville and IU. Hoosiers really pushing up as they'll go up to Nikita Kotloff in that far corner, man marked by Patrick Hodges. Outside the 18, send a right-footed ball right outside the top of the 18. Harrison Petz slides it to one of his teammates, and there's a shot and a score.
Wow, that was a great goal. Great ball in by Kotloff. Beautiful pass forward by Petz. And
they're saying Estridge got it.
Yeah. That second pass was a pass that made that. He was on the edge of inside the D, at the edge of the box, right in the middle, and line the penalty spot. Little first-time pass, kind of at right angles to himself, and great shot. I mean, it wasn't a clear-cut opportunity necessarily, but just buried it. And once again, the sort of witching hour has hit us either side of halftime. Just really seems to be hard for this Purple Aces team.
Now Evansville going forward. Charlie Macias down this left flank trying to get the goal back for Evansville. 6:40 to go. Macias clears it off McCain on this near side. It trickles out over the sideline. It'll be a deep throw for Evansville. That was just a beautiful ball struck by Kotloff, and then Petz, with the presence of mind to see Estridge running out of defense, just left it for him, and he was able to do the job as he notches his 3rd goal of the year.
I mean, 3 touches in that attack, and all of them are the highest class.
There's a flick on the long throw by Jarrett Robbins. Tried to flick it towards that backside post, but Soderlund was there. Would have been interesting to see if Jarrett could have got a clean flick on that one, as it seemed like Soderlund was a little slow in reacting.
And it just goes to show that if we could get a few dead balls maybe close enough to pump the ball into the box, a little bit of height could give these guys some problems.
Ball comes out over this near side off of Alec Purdy. It'll be a throw for Evansville. Actually, now their center official says a throw for the Hoosiers. Now he points the other way. Happens to the best of us. 5:28 to go here before the break. Indiana up 1-0 on the 3rd goal of the year by Chris Estridge. That was one thing talking to Mike Jacobs he was worried about, Estridge coming forward. And usually it's on the long runs, but he was able to just time it perfectly and make a great run through, and he was rewarded with the goal.
I mean, what's your left back doing standing on the penalty spot in that situation? I mean, it's just, good teams have the ability to flex their players around like that, kind of the old Dutch way of playing where any guy can play in any position almost. And, Estridge he looked like a striker there. It was a tremendous run. Bad giveaway here.
Giveaway up to Vollmer, but Patrick Hodges able to play it away, at least to this near side. Now, Vollmer and Kevin Schaefer collide. There's a figure 4 leg lock going on. Still no foul call as he says play on. Jesse Sharp, booming ball up front. Ryan Stallings behind the defense on the right side. A strike from distance, but right at Soderlund.
Yeah, it was hard to see the ball going in from there. Stallings just right on the edge of the penalty box trying a shot. I mean, not a terrible idea, but again, I feel like he could probably have taken a couple of steps. Schaefer was trying to get there, but was a little bit behind the play because of how fast the break was.
4 minutes to go before recess, as Evansville really its first dangerous strike, though, as they were able to play that pace and finally get behind the IU defense.
Yeah, really, our first 2 or 3 good moments have come after the goal.
Now a very special moment for one IU player. Joe Tolan, the former Evansville Central grad, comes on as he replaces Alec Purdy in the midfield for IU. Purdy is still just getting off the field right now, but with it raining out here, they're not going to wait for him. They're just going to play on. Evansville has it in the back. Jarrett Robbins just steps in front of a ball as IU starting to put some pressure on. Kevin Schaefer running down this near touchline into the offensive zone. A long run by Schaefer. Slides it along the floor to Macias. Left-footed strike into the 6th. Schrader was there.
Corner.
Blocked back by IU, though, and will go for a corner for Evansville.
That was great run forward by Schaefer. Nice ball to Charlie Macias. Great cross across, and Schrader was right there, but so was his marker. So I think we really need to see a good quality ball into the box to give Robbins and Schrader and Schaefer a chance to do some damage.
Joel Nash will take it on this near side corner. He'll send a left-footed ball in. It'll tail out to the backside. Schrader is there. Flag on the far side is up, though, as we're going to have a whistle and a foul called against Evansville.
And they could probably call a foul every single time the ball goes into the box there. I wonder if could they possibly have stepped offside? Surely not. Can't be offside from a corner. Maybe the ball went out. I think that's what he said. The ball maybe crossed the goal line because of a goal kick.
So it will be a goal kick, as that could be really the only thing it is, especially with men marking the pole and you taking it from this near side corner. There's no way you could really be offsides in that situation. Indiana trying to come forward, but Aaron Henkel running back after the corner Wins it away, plays it back to Eric Tepin. He plays it up the field with under 2 minutes to go in this first half. Indiana leading it 1-0 over Evansville. You're listening to UE Men's Soccer here on 91.5 FM at WUEB Evansville. Jarrett Robbins will play it over to the far side of his defense, and Aaron Henkel sidesteps 2 defenders, plays it to Joel Nash, but he gets displaced. Now Evansville able to gather it in on a soft touch by Nikita Kotloff. As Drew Shaw wins it away, plays it off to Kevin Schaefer here on this left side. Evansville pushing men forward, slid into the 18. There's a shot on by Sharp off of one of the IU defenders. Another corner kick by Evansville.
These runs from the left by Schaefer into that hole just in front of their box is opening up some opportunities for our fast forwards who are making these diagonal runs right to left. And if you can then go against the grain and get the ball back across, you get real opportunities.
Well, it seems like Evansville really has found something, though, on this left side with Schaefer making runs, as this is the deepest Evansville's been able to get into IU territory. Under a minute to go, Drew Shaw will play the corner kick on this near side. Right-footed ball popped up right near the 12-yard mark. That's where one of the Indiana players is. He plays it to that backside, punched back in by Evansville, comes out to this near side, just headed away by IU. They tried to clear, but it's trapped down by Patrick Hodges. He'll send it back into the 18, cleared over the far side of the field by the Hoosiers. It'll be a throw about 25 yards off the end line for Evansville on that far side. 30 seconds to go here in this first half. Kevin Schaefer will take it as Evansville will try to make this the final play of the first half. Schaefer, a long throw in, high arcing. Schrader was there, but he's in amongst 4 Hoosiers, and they win it away and just clear it up right near the center line. There's 13 seconds to go in the half. Aaron Henkel will play it all the way back to Eric Tepin right near the center line. He'll give it a go from there. Long ball sent up. Looking for Jarrett Robbins. He tried to flick it. Half volley by Nash just left of the pole. A dangerous strike on a broken play. But that's how we go to the halftime locker room.
You don't want to get caught up into playing that way, but I think we could use a lot more long balls into the box as long as there's a couple of purple jerseys in there, because it certainly has been a tactic that at least sparingly has caused them some problems. So overall, what did you think, Tom? I mean, it seemed like, and Braden, I mean, I thought we didn't really concede many great opportunities, and even their goal came from really just a half chance. Superb play by the Hoosiers to get the goal, but overall I thought a fairly encouraging performance by the Purple Aces.
I would say that this is probably one of the best halves we have seen from Evansville here on the home turf of Black Beauty this year, probably outside of maybe the effort against Merritt.